What if I told you that some of the most common health checkups seniors are encouraged to get after, age 70, could actually increase your risk of surgery, permanent side effects, or even cancer? This isn't fear-mongering, it's not anti-doctor, and it's certainly not anti-medicine. It's the uncomfortable truth hidden inside modern healthcare. Every year, millions of older adults line up for routine tests, believing they're protecting their health. But growing research shows that a large percentage of medical tests in seniors lead to unnecessary treatments, complications, anxiety, or lifelong harm. Even more alarming, most people over 70 have no idea they're being overtested. One test you'll hear about today has been linked to roughly 5% of all cancers in the United States. That's the same level of risk as drinking alcohol every single day. You won't see this on a billboard. You won't hear it during a rush doctor visit. But the science is clear. Today you're going to learn about 5 health checkups you should seriously question after 70, why they often do more harm than good, and what safer options exist instead. Everything you're about to hear is based on real medical studies, not opinions. And trust me, number 2 surprises almost everyone. Before we continue, take a moment to think about this. Have you ever gone through a test that caused more stress, more procedures, or more problems than peace of mind? Now let's begin. The first test sounds harmless at first. A bone density scan, no needles, no pain, no recovery. You lie down, the machine scans your bones, and you're handed a number that supposedly tells you how fragile your skeleton is. But here's what many seniors are never told. After age 70, bone density scans often create fear without delivering real benefit. These scans were designed to detect osteoporosis. But in older adults, especially women, results almost always show some level of bone loss, even when fracture risk is low. Why? Because bone loss is a normal part of aging, just like gray hair or wrinkles. The real danger isn't the scan itself, it's what happens afterward. Many seniors are immediately prescribed bone drugs meant to strengthen bones. These medications can cause serious side effects: digestive damage, jawbone destruction, unusual fractures, and long-term pain. Large studies show that in people over 70, these drugs reduce fracture risk by a very small margin, while side effects are common and sometimes life-altering. There are countless stories of active seniors who felt fine, took a scan, started medication, and within months developed pain, reflux, or jaw problems that never existed before. What actually works better after 70 isn't fear-based medication. It's strength training, balance work, adequate protein, vitamin D correction, and daily movement. These approaches reduce falls and fractures far more effectively, without introducing new medical risks. Sometimes a number on a scan does more harm than help. Now let's talk about a test that sounds reassuring, but often creates panic: brain MRIs for mild memory changes, forgetting names, misplacing keys, walking into a room and forgetting why you're there. These experiences are common with aging, but when seniors mention memory concerns, many are quickly sent for brain scans. Here's the problem. Brain MRIs almost never explain mild memory loss in older adults. Instead, they reveal age-related changes, tiny white spots, minor shrinkage, that are completely normal. But once those images appear on a screen, they often trigger fear, more tests, and sometimes invasive procedures that don't improve memory at all. Large reviews show that while most scans reveal abnormalities, very few actually change treatment. Yet many seniors are sent down a path of spinal taps, biopsies, or lifelong anxiety over findings that mean nothing clinically. There are heartbreaking cases of seniors who were told their scans might indicate dementia, only to later learn their thinking was completely normal for their age. The fear alone caused them to stop driving, stop socializing, and lose confidence, long before any real decline occurred. For mild memory concerns, safer first steps include simple cognitive testing, reviewing sleep quality, hydration, medications, mood, and vitamin levels. Unless there are serious warning signs, advanced brain scans often do more harm than good. Now let's move to a test millions of seniors undergo every year: cardiac stress tests. They're often ordered for vague fatigue, mild discomfort, or just to be safe. But after 70, stress tests become notoriously inaccurate in people without clear heart symptoms. False positives skyrocket. In older adults, stress tests can falsely suggest blocked arteries nearly half the time. That leads to invasive procedures, angiograms, stents, even bypass surgery, often without improving survival or quality of life. Major medical journals have shown that many stents placed after stress tests provide no benefit in people without severe symptoms. What they do cause is bleeding, kidney injury from contrast dye, hospital stays, and long recoveries. There are many seniors who went in feeling mostly fine and came out with complications that permanently changed their lives. If you don't have clear chest pain, shortness of breath, or known heart disease, safer monitoring options usually exist, like blood pressure control, cholesterol management, resting heart tests, and lifestyle changes. Stress tests should be reserved for clear symptoms, not fear. Now we come to one of the most controversial topics: colonoscopy after 70. Colonoscopies absolutely save lives when used at the right time. But after 70, and especially after 75, the balance shifts. The preparation alone can cause dehydration, electrolyte imbalance, confusion, and falls. Sedation increases the risk of delirium and injury, and complications like bleeding or bowel perforation rise sharply with age. Large population studies show that for every small number of lives saved by colonoscopy after 75, many more seniors experience serious complications. There are countless stories of people with no symptoms and prior clean screenings who underwent another routine colonoscopy, only to end up hospitalized with lasting declines in strength and independence. Medical guidelines now recommend stopping routine screening at a certain age for a reason. Non-invasive stool tests exist that can identify concerning cases without sedation, dehydration, or surgical risk. Once someone enters the colonoscopy cycle, it can be difficult to step off. And now we reach the most dangerous checkup of all. Full-body CT scans. They're marketed as peace of mind, early cancer detection, executive health packages, just to be safe. But full-body CT scans expose seniors to massive amounts of radiation, equivalent to hundreds of chest X-rays in a single test. Medical researchers now estimate that CT imaging may account for up to 5% of all cancers. That's not trivial. Worse, these scans almost always find something: tiny nodules, cysts, calcifications that are harmless but trigger panic, repeat scans, biopsies, and surgeries. Many seniors who felt perfectly healthy walked into these scans and walked out into months of fear, invasive testing, and recovery from procedures they never needed. Medical societies are clear on this point. Full-body CT scans should never be used for screening in people without symptoms. Imaging should be targeted, purposeful, and carefully considered, not used as reassurance. So what's the takeaway from all this? Modern medicine is powerful, but after 70, more testing does not automatically mean better health. In fact, it can mean more harm. The smartest question you can ask before any test is simple: what happens if this finds something? Will it actually change treatment? And are the risks higher than the benefit at my age? True prevention after 70 doesn't come from endless testing. It comes from movement, nutrition, sleep, social connection, and thoughtful, selective medical care. Sometimes the most powerful medical decision you can make is knowing when to say no. If you or someone you love has experienced complications from an unnecessary test, your story matters. And remember, after 70, wisdom isn't about doing more. It's about doing what truly helps.